Hi, I'm Kata, and this is Torn City News. People have been asking me when I was going to make another episode, and I kept giving them random times because, making a new episode is actually a lot more difficult with a tiny human around. I forgot how demanding they can be. I've barely been able to make it to a computer, let alone write, record, and edit, and then upload a video. This has always seemed like not really that big of a deal when I was at work, but when I was at home for those 3 months, that it just wasn't happening. Speaking of which, I recently put in my 2 weeks so I can stay home with my kids. So this will be the last TCN episode from my office. No more computer backgrounds. I'll have to figure out something else to do. Also, they aren't letting me keep this laptop, so I'm not sure how I'm going to be doing the intro and the titles and stuff from now on because I use iMovie and it has all of them built in. But I'm thinking about just buying one off of eBay, so hopefully that'll solve that problem. But you guys will get to see the inside of my house, my messy, messy house, so that's exciting. I want to say a big congrats on the marriage of Torn's most famous power couple, Prof and Berger. So happy to see you guys together. You set the example for the rest of us. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to the wedding. As Prof's best man, I really should have been there. I just couldn't handle the fact that Prof was marrying somebody else. Belladonna B and Kristen are currently on the outs. This is kind of old news now, but from what I understand, it's still going on. They had an argument. Kristen wanted her faction and company back that Bella was running. Bella was MIA and wasn't giving it back fast enough. And then Dude made a thread showing that Kristen said Bella was scamming her for $10 billion. From my understanding, the company was given to Kristen's on and off again friend, she seems to have quite a few of those, Kelsey, and the faction was being paid off by Bella's spouse, Clarice. Kristen has me on ignore, so I wasn't really able to get her side of the story. But I did talk to Bella about the feud. Her response was incredibly inspirational and about sums this issue up. She was quoted as saying, "I dream of a world where chickens can cross the road without having their motives questioned. Thank you, Belladonna B, for your insightful words on the subject." I was curious how Nate's punishment for using another player's account and multiing was going, so I took a peek at his account the other day. It appears that he's had a rough time with his main account's net worth only equaling around $37 billion these days. Just goes to show that cheating never pays. Don't cheat, kids. Hemi and Amp are back in matrimonial bliss, but don't believe the rumors that her and Chemical are on the outs. It seems their marriage ended amicably, and they're both still very friendly. Hemi and Acquired, formerly Therapy Needed, on the other hand, are not in such a great place. And that's a story drowning in rumors and accusations, so we'll stay clear of diving into that mess. Torn's adorable golden girl and my son's Torn godmother has gone through a few spouses since she's been in town and has gotten some heat for it, but anyone that's taken a minute to speak with her can see that she's actually a pretty kick-ass person. Keep on keeping on, Hemi. Meow popped up but was quickly put down like a one-legged alley cat in a shelter. His new account isn't fed, and a quick look at the graveyard shows a bunch of grave posts by Evil Duck's adopted offspring. I'm sure he'll pop back up here soon. He's like that whack-a-mole game, and actually he showed up right when I was writing that, so that's kind of not really accurate. He showed up back as the Pig Director account. He is claiming that the other one wasn't him, supposedly. Zawzam made a thread claiming he was quitting and saying goodbye to all of his friends on Torn, which was clearly a lie since he didn't have any friends on Torn. I don't think a whole lot of people are going to miss the self-proclaimed troll. The thread was mainly filled with comments like, "Good riddance," and "Hope to never see you again." It's funny because even though Dude is pretty close up there with Zawzam, whatever his name is, and disliking the game, when people thought Dude was quitting, the thread was completely different. People actually commented that they were sad to see him go. With Zawzam, that was not the case. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, Zawzam. Diabolique, aka Enigma, aka Hillbilly, aka Traitor, has logged off and hasn't been seen for days. I'd like to say that I'm sad, but I'm not. This version of Traitor/Enigma was batshit crazy and pretty damn annoying. Plus, it's not like he's really quitting. I'm assuming the pressure of trying to be a 20-something-year-old female character was getting to him, and he's going to resurface as a male, probably closer to his own age here soon. Playing a persona like that gets exhausting eventually. Hopefully this time he'll drop his JFA obsession, especially since JFA is no more, and maybe go back to his traitor style of gameplay. He is truly a man of many faces. Melon has recently resurfaced with a new account after his old account was feted. I can't say I'm incredibly thrilled about his return to the game, but I'd still rather see him lurking around Global than a few other people I won't mention. The new account is called Disturbed One. Mighty Goober was stripped of his committee and reporter status recently when he read an article and then purchased a Reddit article that hadn't been published yet, and then purchased viruses ahead of its release in an attempt to benefit himself. He apologized publicly in the forums for this mistake and was allowed to continue as a wiki contributor. He's always seemed like a good guy, and I hope things work out for him. But he said in his forum thread he'd like to be reinstated into the committee. I'm not sure that's the best plan. I can see not reading the pitchforks, but that seems like a level of trust you can't build back up. Okay, it's way too long, so I'm just going to throw this little clip in there somewhere and break it up a little bit and make it to at least 2 videos. Might even make a second little clip just in case I decide to make it into 3 because it's really long. Anyway, to be continued in the next video. So make sure you watch the next video because last time I did this, only the first video got watched.